Hi, and welcome to the Blessed Seed, where we give peaceful advice for your journey. All right, we're going to get started today with an MPR reading, which is a missing person reading, something that's near and dear to my heart, just because I want to be obedient and be able to hear God whenever He speaks and tells me to be on my post. So, hope everybody's having a good one. These are going to go back to being uploaded on Mondays as my special little fun thing that I like to do. And then I will put a schedule on what's going to be coming up starting in May for all of my readings that I do. So then you'll know which day has what. So many good things have been going on, you guys. And I hope that's the same for you. I hope the Lord is showing out like never before. That is my prayer for you. Anyone watching my videos at any time, that for everyone that stops by my channel. I've seen some things that were a little disturbing to me, just because people, sometimes they don't understand that when we are called by God, we operate in a different way. And how we represent that and what it seems like we're after can be discouraging for a person who is watching and trying to get clarity, or a follower who is doing that exact same thing. My hope, because I can't speak for anyone else, I can only see what happens. My hope is that I give you the full message every time. And as you know, we go by a strategic approach that, I always consult with the Lord beforehand, before I even got started with any of this, doing it for the public. And it's like, that is my goal, really, is to give you peaceful advice for your journey. The word says that we owe no man anything except for to love them. And hopefully you can kind of get my love towards you through these readings. And again, I am very biased, and I am for the person that is watching. I don't like to dig in other people's energy. I don't like to say what they're going to do, because we don't really know. What our job is to give the information and let you decide by what you think would be best, trying to give a full spectrum of what's going on. Normally in my regular readings, my general, just general, not my love readings, not my financial and career readings, but in my general readings, I always say who should pay attention to this reading. That way you can understand, if this is your situation, then this is going to be for you, to kind of make it clear. But everyone is welcome to watch anything that I have going on, because there might be a nugget in there for you. You know what I mean? There might be something that you're like, oh, that's a good piece of advice, right? Even if it's for that. Or maybe you have nothing else to do and you just want to see, what do I have going on? My MPRs are not geared at anyone per se of the collective, but a person that has gone missing. What was their situation? What happened? Who was involved? And how may I be of service in clarifying some of those things, like identifying pieces of the person, so maybe their eye color, their hair color, of the people that were involved, or given some sort of tip, because hopefully one day, whenever this was meant to be seen by that right person, it'll make sense to them. They'll look into that situation and eventually get resolved if it hasn't already been completed. Now, what I do have going on, what I want to tell you about before we get started, is the collaboration I'm doing with my other company, because I wanted to give the full spectrum of going into yourself and knowing exactly who you are and what you were made for. My original what I wanted to happen with that other company is to take suicide off the table as an option, because I feel like we don't really need it there. And once we understand and discover our self worth, it becomes less and less on something that we want to walk into and do. So I hope that you all take advantage of it at just the right time. Those packages are going to stay, they're not going to go away. And in that first package, what you get on the tarot side of things is an unlocking your true self, where we figure out what is your purpose. We have a rebuilding session that goes immediately after that. And this package consists of three things. A rebuilding session, like, okay, we know our purpose. Now, where are we at right now? And what are some things that we need to do to better walk in that purpose? I do apologize if this table looks dirty, y'all. I have a lot of soot that goes around. Sometimes it's dust for my pre-reading rituals. And maybe one day I'll be able to get into those too, because I think it's highly beneficial. But with that first package, you also get a numerology report. So you get those three things to kind of solidify the foundation of you and where you're going and what you're here to do, if that's unclear to you right now. And with my other program on judithdaniellc.com, that is where we have the Futures Club. And I also do individual life coaching, all the different things you can see on there, right? But my focus right now is the Futures Club. And what we're doing with that is taking you from actually rebuilding yourself to learning and understanding that you are powerful and you were meant for purpose. And then not only that, but to dive into the vision board course so that you understand and you can solidify it in visual things, right? Because we could talk about it all day, but the hardest part is to bring it from inside our head out into the real world. So to go ahead and solidify that, your vision, you know your purpose, you understand what needs to be worked on, you get your vision, you put those things in place, and then the Futures Club is where I walk with you for 1 year, showing you, teaching you, rebuilding your self-worth, letting you ask those questions, giving you the secrets that got me to where I am. And it's a great place, you guys. And the thing I want to give you the most is peace, because there's so much chaos and everything out there. So getting all those nuggets and then living that life that you always saw for yourself, that is my goal. And with that full spectrum, with both pieces put together, I believe that is where the magic happens. Because you could have one part and you can get so far, or you could have the other part and you can get so far. But when you have the full spectrum of everything, the A to Z, that's life changing. So I wanted to present that with you all. JudithDanielLC.com for the Futures Club. We are starting our next session in May 3rd, 2026, and it is a closed seating session, meaning once we get started, no one else will be able to enter into that class. On the tarot side of things, doing the individual readings first is separate but combined, they're powerful. Or if you just want to join us for that vision board course, which is the prerequisite, and then the Futures Club after, because that prerequisite gets you your seat in the Futures Club, you can do them separately, except for this one only comes around like once a year for the Futures Club, because it takes a year. Now, if I have enough waiting lists, yes, I always end up opening a second class if needed. But I want that core group of whoever you are getting into that class. We go from start to finish together with no interruption. So look into those things. If you have any questions, let me know. And you can always find what packages I have available for personal readings on ko-fi.com/the blessed seed, which is ko-fi.com/the blessed seed. So let's get started on our MPR reading. And so what I'm doing right now is we're going to go ahead and get the energy or the zodiac sign of the person that we're talking about, of who our missing person is. And again, I do that by energy. Unless the Lord says, pick this one, then I'm going to pick this one. So I'm just going to use one today. And it's almost like that hot cold method is like the ones that are not, they're getting colder, and the ones that are a little warmer. So give me just a second. I should have been doing this while I was talking, huh? I'll keep that in mind for next time. Okay, let me see if there's any I can decipher against. Okay, that's pretty good. And again, I shuffle everything off camera, but I like to do everything in real time so that you understand that this is authentic. And I don't want you to have to second guess anything. Okay. Oh, I guess me messing around and it was that one, huh? Okay. Yeah, my intuition be hopefully on point. So we have Taurus, which is April 21st through May 21st, is the zodiac, the energy of our person that's missing. All right, and Father, may we have one to solidify if this is male or female. Father, may we have one to understand if we are dealing with a male or a female. Thank you. And these ones can move pretty fast. If it's a straight cut, I might have to clarify a couple of them, but not normally. So these are just my little special things that hopefully the right person will see it at the right time. Is that it, Lord? A woman. So our missing person is a woman, an attractive woman with good vibrations, high vibes, energetic, positive, who was in the middle of breaking toxic behavior. So they were someone who were in the middle of being transformed. And then also from rags to riches, they were walking into their true self. So from just, I heard going from a muggle to a Hogwarts student, right? Someone who kept positive, right? I want to say. It just feels like uplifting good energy. Could have been a singer. Yeah, could have been someone who was engulfed in music of some sort. And Father, may we have, or I'm sorry, what are some details to identify who our missing person is? One more, okay. What are some identifying, ooh, what is happening? Hold on. Clumsy? A little awkward? To identify who our missing person is. May we have one or two to identify who our So these are for physical attributes. Coming out man, woman, coarse, curly hair. Father, what is this saying? Because I know what I'm thinking. Let's give a second for that one. Is there anything else to identify? I'll explain those things in just a second. Is there anything else to identify who our missing person is? Okay. Oh, I don't know. I think I missed it. Is that it? Sorry, Lord. Please pull it out because I missed it. Thank you. Is there anything else to identify who our missing person is? Anything else? Yes. Oh. So they want to give a lot of details. I'm feeling duality. Um, Anything else, Father? Okay. I'm feeling duality when I'm looking at the first pieces of information that we received. Okay. Eye of the beholder. Okay. So when these came out together, and it was like this man, woman, it's making me think of a, um, can you guys see that? Okay. Of a transgender, going from male to female, and or just a regular, like a gay man who's very feminine. And then we had with the coarse curly hair. So give me just a second because I want to clarify which one it was, but I know they were in the community of the. Um, I feel so dumb when I say it because I don't know all the letters, but in that community, the LGBT, and then the pluses. Um, so it was a person, ah, transitioning from man to woman, maybe not fully trans, but definitely, you know, a gay man, a very attractive with coarse curly hair. So I just want to make that clear. Who had a very vibrant spirit, could have been mistaken for flamboyant, or it was giving flamboyant because of the vibrations, but very positive, very upbeat, of high morale. You know what I mean? Like just a really good person you want to be around. Okay, so I was told to stop. Um, yes, I follow the Lord, right? And I'm spiritual, I'm not religious. Because I think some of the bylaws that are in religion should not be there because it contradicts what the Word of God says. So I'm here fully for the relationship. I have the relationship with the Holy Spirit, with the Father and the Son. Okay? Um, and again, we are not here to judge people. Okay? It's not my job to say you can or can't be this because we are all both. We are all masculine, we are all feminine. And however we decide to represent that is none of my business because I'm not the one doing it. So, if that clears it up, because I don't know what or why the Lord said to say that, but yeah. So, whatever someone else does, you have no reward or consequence for it, right? If somebody becomes a millionaire and it's not you, that's none of your business, right? Because it's not you, it's them. So, on the same respective level. So, I'm here to be, I heard blind justice, but I'm here to just do what I'm supposed to do because we owe no man anything but to love him. So we should all be having care for anything with a beating heart. You understand? Anything with a beating heart. So when I'm seeing bald, okay, so they wear wigs. Um, and they like the volume-esque wigs. Um, really pretty, really big and different colors. Again, that would match up with their morale, right? May have piercings in the nose and not just in the regular places, but the eyebrow, the dimples, something very attractive. It's an older person. This is giving elderly, so maybe they have been who they were for a long time. In a place of power. Well, I know we haven't got to the story yet, but in a place of power where someone was didn't like them being there because of who they are. I don't know if that'll be the story or not, but maybe that's a back story to one of their issues that they were dealing with, being a person of power. And again, that was just what I'm hearing. The story may say something just a little bit different. They were tall. Is that out of range? Okay, I'm going to try one more. I try to keep it in the, you know, focal point for you guys. So if your eye catches something else, Black or African American, average build, thinking more of a slim, muscly, um, oval face, nicely dressed. So again, well kept and boosting morale. Attractive, tall, slim, but muscular, in very good shape. Took very good care of themselves. You know what I mean? Or take very good care of themselves. So, Father, where is our missing person from? I heard a little city is more likely, as bigger cities are more accepting. Okay, gotta sit all over these two. Oh, Ross. Yeah. So we have to kind of, you know what, you guys, when it comes to people and their differences, base it off of their personality towards you. How about treating everybody as individuals that you come in contact with instead of trying to put the whole entire body of people of that certain demographic or race, or I can't even say race because we're all one race, but you know, their color of their skin, their nationality, um, their language they speak. How about just whoever comes in your path? That's who you get to know, or you say, you know what, you're a jerk. Because some people are jerks, but not classify the whole as one thing when we know that's not the case. Okay. Father, may I have one or two, or whatever is necessary to let us know where our person is from? Okay. To let us know where our person is from. May I have any more, if there are, to come out to help us identify that? Thank you. Okay. Is there anything else? A depressive place? Okay. A depressive place. I don't know if that's their mentality. Ooh, okay. Thank you, Father. Is there anything else? Anything else, Lord, to let us know where our person is from? Thank you. Okay, so they're an international person. They could be of any nationality. I heard, you know, in the beginning it was African American, but where they are from, I wouldn't say that they're a foreigner, but I would say that they probably have some sort of an accent with all these different flags being here. Um, so a mush of the world, I want to say, or a mush of things. If we're talking about the U.S., I would say like a Vegas, like a Nevada. Let me say that, where you see all kinds of diverse people, or California, where you know it's just way more um, diverse people. Because I'm, you know, lived in Vegas, lived in Cali, so that would ring true for me. Where they have a lot of solitude, where you can go and meditate. So it would be more like one of those places where they have a lot of gurus on the spiritual side of things, or on the healing and health and wellness kind of thing. um, where people gather and get together. So it more is sending me towards Nevada. And that's where a lot of people meet up and have a good time. There's a lot of shows that are going on. Um, where they weren't the only ones like themselves. So there was a whole community, um, of people of their same um, thought patterns. But it's a depressive place, meaning I don't know if this is their mentality, is where they're coming from, because they were burdened. Give me just a second. Where they were burdened. Okay, so I'm strong feelings of Vegas, looking like a tourist bag. And one statistic when I researched the suicide part of things and the statistics, and I mean, I did 5 years worth of research. And one of the things that people don't realize is that a lot of people go to Vegas to give up their turn. You know what I mean? To throw in the towel early. Um, the thing that my company was founded to prevent is them giving up their turn. So when it says a depressive place, I want to say that is what they're leading towards, and how it makes sense to me, just because of the Three of Swords, even though I really don't read the cards as that because I'm looking for location. Um, but it's a place where you can be burdened. So I want to stay around that. Let's see. Yeah, where there's heavy drinking, there's always something going on like that. So yeah, I'm just, solidifying. Where people are out in the street, always on the street, down in the strip. But, in the city too, in the regular places, it is an actual community where you can live. But yeah, so we're going to stay in about the Vegas area of Nevada. Okay. So then, Father, why was our missing person targeted? And again, my readings take just a little bit longer because I want to make sure you know that it's authentic. And I want the Lord to speak to us in real time for this particular reading. So, or any of the other ones that I do. Good Lord. Okay. Sorry. What do you think, Lord? Okay. What do you think, Lord? Keep, don't keep? So what I'm getting is they were a person that was multifaceted. They had a lot of strengths, a lot of skills, in their lane of whatever they did. They were very good at it. Um, a lot of accolades that go along with it. But they weren't, sorry. If we're looking at it this way, someone wanted them to be all by themselves, and they weren't that. They weren't isolated. They were a free spirit. And again, someone wanted to groom them in being the way that they wanted them to be, or thought this is how you should look, or this is how you should act. They were not that. They were their own person, following their own mind and intuition. Father, is there anything else to understand why our missing person was targeted? I know it was because they weren't fitting the mold of what someone thought they should be. You know what I mean? It's like, but who are you to say what I'm supposed to be? You don't know what's in my head and heart, you know? So, thank you, Father, I do. Okay. Is there anything else, Father, to understand why our missing person was targeted? Thank you. Is there anything else? Okay. So let's move these down just a little bit. So because I don't fit the mold of your mind and what you think is right, then I shouldn't be here. And there was a tower moment. That tower moment is a result of them not wanting to do things, whoever that person was, their way, because they were free thinking, and that caused an issue. So then someone started figuring out or trying to come up with a way to take them out of the equation. Like, you don't want to follow my rules, you don't want to do what I say, and now we have this conflict. Let me get rid of you. But this person was of high regard. This person had, okay, thank you for the question that we're asking. Why were they targeted? Because they were of high regard. They had a lot of people who were interested, who loved them, who thought they were absolutely everything because they were kind, they were thoughtful, and had a heart of gold. And they had wealth coming to them, they had accolades coming to them, they had people wanting to be like them and understand them more and have conversations and pick their brain. And someone else did not like that at all. Someone did not want them to be that way. They don't want them to influence anyone. Nobody should be following you because you act like this or because you are like this. That's crazy as hell. Okay. So, Father, where was our missing person targeted? I heard cafe, but we'll see. Father, where was our missing person targeted? Cafe Alejandro? Is that a real place? I don't know. That's what I heard, but I don't know. I don't know that place. And I'm not going to look it up right this second. Okay, Father. I heard a cafe, Cafe Alejandro. I don't know if that's real or not. I myself haven't heard of it. Okay, hold on, because they get bit sometimes. Okay, Father. May we have one or two, or whatever is necessary on the street. Sorry, I'm hearing things as I'm trying to shuffle. In a place that makes you nervous. Father, where was our person targeted? May we have one or two, or whatever is necessary. And the reason why I don't just kind of, when the back card goes up, is because it's my hand doing it. It's not, that doesn't mean anything. Just in case you see that and you're like, why does she keep pulling that down? It's popping out. No, it's me. I got small hands, so. Okay. Is there anything else, Lord, for where our person was targeted? Thank you. Anything else? Okay. All right, so when we're asking the question, where was our missing person targeted? And I heard Cafe Alejandro, so there was a restaurant involved of some sort. I don't know if it was like a bistro, like a lunch place, a deli. Let's see. It was a home something. Excuse me. So like those because there's this great barbecue restaurant in Vegas, and it's like a hole in the wall, and it's like only if you're a local you know about it, and somebody has to tell you about it for you to know about it. It's one of those type of places where amazing food, but it's kind of off the grid unless you know about it and you have someone tell you. So it was a more private place. Private being, they don't really do any advertising. It's kind of a local spot. We got the tower again, but Again, they're doing homemade things their own way. So it's like a soul food restaurant, or like a barbecue spot, but they cook it how they would like to. And I see the styrofoam containers that like that is the what they put the food in, no matter if you're eating in the restaurant or you're taking it to go. It's the same thing. So the styrofoam home cooked meal, very good food, whatever that is. Where they have unique givings. Where they have unique givings. So again, it's going to be at a place in the Vegas area where they have unique, locally known food, which is very, very good. Um, because if you go to get a hot cocoa, you're not going to have marshmallows in it most times. It's just going to be in a cup or a mug, right? But they throw in the extras. They make it extra better than anybody else's. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think it's a highly known place, but this person went there, and they were a local because they knew about it. So they've probably frequented that place, multiple times, maybe a few times a month, a couple times a month, I'm hearing. So then, Father, who was involved in their disappearance? So let me see how that went out. I'm going to take the one off the top. So when that comes, because I was like, well, how did they get targeted? So someone that they knew were involved, someone they possibly were in a romantic something with, um, and it was around Valentine's Day. Do I want to say that? It was around a known holiday that a lot of people participate in. I'll leave it at like that, like I'm hearing. But it has to do with someone that they knew, a significant other, possibly someone they were getting to know. And they were a little bit more involved than just, oh, my name is, your name is. It was more than that. It was almost relationship-ish. Thank you for clarifying, Father. So then, who all was involved with our missing person and their disappearance? Uh-oh. May we have one or two, or whatever is necessary to understand. Thank you. Ooh, who was involved? Seriously. I heard seriously. Is there anything else pertaining to who was involved? I heard makeup artist. I don't know why I'm hearing things like that without seeing the cards, but that's what I heard. Seriously, and makeup artist. Is there anything else, Father? Thank you. Who else would have been involved in this, Lord? Officers? Is there anything else, Father? Okay. Seriously. In that place, they were given something to ingest. Makeup artist. I want to say that is the truth. And I will get clarifying information on who this person was. Makeup artist, someone they trusted, someone they knew, someone who was jealous. Hold on, because I'm thinking or hearing someone who was jealous because they wanted their attention they were getting. They wanted that attention for themselves because they thought they were better than them. So another LGBT plus person. because again, we have man, woman. Woman, man. Which one of these are dominant, Lord? A lot of rage. Absolutely in masculine energy. So it was another person from that community, but this is one person because it's coming out just like it came out in the beginning. So they're the same as this person. So they were a male transitioning into femininity on the outward appearance. So then, Father, can we have some identifying information for this person? I heard Jeffrey, real name Jeffrey. May we have some information or identifying information for our person that was involved in this. So this was secretly done, like they went at it by themselves. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab that top one. Yeah, it was just them. And again, looking at, the roads could also, they have a lot of roads like that just are just you drive, right? So yeah, it was just them. So they went to that spot. They went to that spot together, and there was something that they put in their food, and then they took a drive because it was just them. Nobody else really knew about anything. Oh no. Okay. So, Father, what are some identifying pieces of information for this person that was involved in their kidnapping? I heard kidnapping and disappearance. Anything else, Father? Thank you. Okay. Came off as innocent. Another mature person. So they were about in the same age. And then this person um, practiced some form of divination or magic arts with exaggerated features. So they were more on the what do they call that? A queen side of things. So they probably participated in pageants and different things. Okay. So let me clarify this really, really quickly because I know that's a lot. All right. So if I can do it how it came out, there's a beauty mark on this person's face. And I believe it was like a born with mark and not an piece of the exaggerated costume of marks that they put on. They possibly had short hair a lot of the time, maybe a bob, maybe a pixie cut, something really short. Um, they were also short in stature. So I heard, I want to say thin build, but I don't really know at this point. We'll see if that comes out. But a short, thin build person with a beauty mark on their face. Dark skin. So maybe because, it's in a sunny place, they could have had a tan. That doesn't really tell me because anybody can get, a little bit darker. But they were someone who came off as being innocent. So when you looked at them, when they talked, you're like, oh, they could never do something like this. And then I got of mature stature. So I'm thinking someone who was in the same age bracket, because our person came out as in the beginning as elderly. Someone who practiced a divination or did something that was negative. Now, the art that I do, I'm of light, right? And I followed and am guided by the Holy Spirit. So I don't participate in these sorts of things, but some people do things in an adverse way. And again, they were like a beauty queen where they participated in a lot of outings, a lot of things that, oh, okay, they wanted to get recognized for, and it seemed like that other person was still in their spotlight. And then we have someone else with an accent. Okay, so they were Caucasian, and then maybe they, like I said, had a tan. Yeah, because that falls right on there. So it was a Caucasian person with a tan. Um, could have been of European descent. Very muscular, so in shape. Um, again, with a thin build, but they look a little bit thicker, but absolutely in shape when it comes to like body mass and things of that nature. So then, Father, what happened? What is the story? So my hands are a little small, so I take these and kind of just have to do them piece by piece. And I heard twice. So give me 1 second to get these in. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, I don't know if that's too much in this one. Let's see if it works out or not. Let me do a couple there to even it out a little bit. Okay. Okay. So let me give these just a little shuffle before I ask for anything to be drawn out. Okay, Father. May we have one or two, or whatever is necessary to tell the story of what happened, Father, of our person, to give a clear indication. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Okay. Please pull it out. It went back in. Okay. Is there anything else? I don't like that trapped card. Because again, it was a kidnapping, is what it's giving. And they were driving them somewhere, is what we saw. Anything else, Lord? Okay. So, and then I will arrange it as the Spirit gives utterance to do so. But I'm seeing trapped. So there was a kidnapping. Our person is missing by their spouse or partner in a landfill, so driven to an isolated place that no one would look for them. So when they went to that restaurant, as we saw, and they were driving together, they were kidnapped, in fact. And our person is missing because of their spouse or partner, and they were driving to an isolated place. I'm going to pull one off the top. It says neighborhood 101, 102. So the isolated place had an actual structure there, but it's somewhere no one would really look. So then, Father, where is our missing person now? I'm very curious. And again, this person is, well, they both said mature and elderly, so they are up in age. I don't think this is a teenager. I don't think this is someone in their early 30s. Father, may we have one or two to understand where our person is now? Where is our person now, Lord? Is there anything else, Father? Is there, thank you. Is there anything else, Father? I do. Okay. Oh, well, I don't. I heard put it back. Okay. Is there anything else? I feel like a second chance. But let's see. So they are inside. Oh, that is the truth. Second chance. Let me see. I want to say waiting their time. Like they're somewhere where they don't have really anything to do. They're just being there, almost kept against their will, and they're waiting their time. For some of them, or for this particular person, they could be constantly being uh, chemically manipulated. I don't want to say with a poison, but with something that alters their thinking and makes them lethargic. Yeah, it so our person is still living, right? But whatever is happening to them, they're being made to keep out of the spotlight and taken out of the place. So they're still in that area because whoever that person is that took them has to go back and forth to still do deals and to still be in the community and to still be, you know, active in whatever they're doing. And but now they're I guess we're second place and they're taking that other person's place. So they are getting the accolades now because that other person isn't there. But if they were there, it would be the other person. So they wanted to keep them out of the spotlight. They keep them under the influence of something so that they're not even thinking about that anymore. And it's doing all types of things to who they are, right? Because they're no longer able to see who they were because their mind is not in a good place. And I heard whatever they're telling people in that community, or if they have to go out for any reason, that this is their unwell sibling or their unwell person that they have to take care of because they have a mental disability, but this person is giving them that mental disability. So if this resonates with anyone's situation, if any of these things made sense, I would start looking in those places and for that person and following them because they go back and forth wherever they're keeping this person and then when they're doing their different things that they're doing. And it'll be a person who wants to be on top so bad. So I hope this helps. Until next time, deuces.